Welcome to Cascais in Portugal for day one of the 2010 Medcup, and this is the first of a series of regattas, 5 altogether, running right across Europe through the European summer, and Cascais is hosting the first one. And we've got new look boats, new rules, new sailors. New tension as well here at the base as the crews get ready for the first day's racing, and the conditions have been fantastic. Plenty of breeze, plenty of sunshine, and we're really hoping that this venue lives up to the fantastic reputation that it does have. And here in the studio I'm joined by John Cutler, who's the tactician on board Christabella. And John, what hopes had you had coming into this regatta?
Coming into this regatta, we just hope to be competitive. I think our last season wasn't very successful for us, so we've made quite a few changes, but we just wanted to make sure that we were in amongst the fleet and mixing with it. So we're very pleased with our day today.
Okay, well that's John Cutler, who'll be talking to you later on. But earlier we spoke to 4 of the other skippers, and first of all, Dean Barker, the defending champion from Emirates Team New Zealand, Terry Hutchinson, the 2008 champion from Quantum, then Torben Grail from Luna Rossa, and Ben Ainsley, the multiple gold medalist, who's sailing on the new boat Team Origin.
It's an interesting year ahead. It's the quality of the fleet is just gone through the roof this year. The number of America's Cup teams present now. A lot of the teams which are sort of racing in the Louis Vuitton series, the standard's just getting better and better. And I'm not 100% sure, but I don't believe a boat has ever managed to win in its second year. So it's going to be interesting. Team Origin have come out with a new boat, something a little bit different again. It seems that they're pretty quick, and they're going to be very, very tough to beat. But there's plenty of good teams that we've seen last year as well, and racing's going to be hard.
The job this year is the same as last year, see if we can find ourselves onto the podium. A lot of the guys at the end of last season felt that 2009 was harder and in some ways more rewarding than 2008, simply because we were sailing a 14-month-old boat and were able to beat 2 of the 3 new boats. So we have the addition of Origin, we had the addition of Luna Rossa this year, and those are quite good sailing teams. And it just reeks of a lot of hard work all season long. So we're quietly optimistic, I think, with some of the things that we've done, and we're certainly pushing hard to make sure we find ourselves back on either top of the podium or somewhere on the podium. But it'll be a hard season for sure.
We were doing the 65 last year, but it was pretty uneven competition, so I think Patricio decided to join the TPs, which is more fair sailing class, and we chartered a boat. It's not a new boat, but we did some modifications to it, and we hope it's going to be competitive enough. We have a Vascoto's old boat, and there was, of course, a few modifications to it, and I think we're going to learn a little bit the circuit with that boat, and then eventually do a new boat. It's a well-established circuit with a very high level competition, which is what we're looking for.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. It's obviously our first time in the Medcup. We've got a brand new boat, so we've got a lot to do. We're racing against teams that are really established in this class, so we're expecting it to be tough, but for us it's really a case of catching up. It's a very strong fleet in strength and depth. You've got a lot of the more established teams in the class like Quantum and Emirates Team New Zealand, Artemis, and some newer guys like ourselves and Luna Rossa, Prada. So I think it's going to be very tight racing. It's a great class for us with a new boat. We've got a lot of work to do to get up to speed. This is really high up the agenda for us, and part of the reason for doing this was with the America's Cup in mind, to design a new boat with Wan Kumjian, our designer, and go through the process of designing and developing a boat. So that's why this is so beneficial to us. And it's right up there for us in this year in the programme.
Okay, that was Ben Ainsley talking about his new boat. John Cutler, yours wouldn't classify as being new, but we're going to see it soon in action.
Absolutely, our boat's from 2008, and it's Udall Vrolic design, which most of the fleet, or the majority of the fleet, is a boat that's incredibly similar to ours. So we feel pretty comfortable with what we've got, even though it's slightly older than some of these other ones.
Okay, we've got 3 races, and the first one is all about the story, really, of Christabella.
Well, 30 seconds to go here, Andy, and we've got Luna Rossa at the extreme right, Quantum tucked in there, and is there going to be room for Luna Rossa there at the committee boat, Andy?
So very similar to yesterday, Prada lining up, or Luna Rossa lining up in the extreme right of the pack, coming in, probably going to come in a little bit late, just to get the right-hand side. Quantum lining up nicely on the right side, the windward end of the main pack. The gun goes, and actually a few seconds before the first boat is across the line, that would actually be Christabella down at the leeward end of the line. Bribon makes a nice start, 2 boats up from the leeward end. But Artemis have got pace just in the middle of the line, just getting their nose ahead. Quantum tack off first onto port. They have a nice lane, Quantum, nobody above them just now.
Well, there it is. That's the start of the first race of the 2010 Audi Medcup season. As you said, Andy, we've got Quantum a little bit bow forward right now, and they're the first one to tack out to the right-hand side of the race course. Luna Rossa tucked in to lure to them, also heading out that way. Matador, Synergy, Bigamist as well. And out at the far extreme end of the line, the pin end of the line, it's Christabella. Yep. Approaching that top mark, we had a great view of the crew as they start to get ready for the downwind leg. And of course, the downwind leg's quite a bit different now with this new class rule. No free spinnaker poles. It's all Jennekers off the bowsprit.
Yeah, that's Christabella at the windward mark now. And they're, in fact, they're well clear of it. Second is going to be Artemis.
And Andy, we've seen Christabella really extend late there. That's a big lead for Christabella. Now, if you're,
I reckon that Christabella, in fact, Christabella are the length of the dog leg, the spreader leg ahead of Artemis. Artemis about overlap just with Prada or Luna Rossa in third. Quantum Racing coming round in fourth. Just a little bit down speed on the mark at the moment is Team Origin, who'll get round in fifth. Team Origin just holding up Synergy. Synergy get there in sixth. Then Emirates Team New Zealand right on the transom of Synergy in seventh. So
Andy, what's happening with
for the top 3 boats? Conventional bear-away set, as indeed do Quantum.
Andy, we've seen All for One, the Audi A1 team, forced to do a late double tack there, which has stretched them back. And of course, the big story on the first leg has to be Emirates Team New Zealand, defending champions, back in 7th place, really in the pack. And Christabella, Andy, 29-second lead is what we're giving them at that top mark. That's a very handy lead on the first leg. Well, it's all on here. The boat's converging again, coming in from the right-hand side, looking downwind. Christabella and Artemis, they're both on port jibe. Quantum, Team Origin on starboard jibe. That means they're advantaged under the rules. And as they converge, Andy, this advantage line shrinking once again, and down to under 10 meters.
At the moment, I would say Quantum could just about get across. So this could be a win for Quantum.
It's a very close fought thing, and similarly, Artemis and Team Origin, there's only about 7, 8, 9 meters in it.
Yeah, I think Artemis are still got the upper hand there in that one. But they're just going to jibe inside Team Origin. And in fact, Christabella and Quantum still very, very close. First win of the season to the 2008 Audi Medcup champions. Christabella get second. Artemis looks set for third.
John Cutler leaning in there, looking at the pictures. When you look at it now, how do you feel about the race?
During the race, we actually felt we were sailing quite well, but looking at that, we definitely let a big lead go, and we were disappointed to come second.
But you still hadn't expected to be that high up?
No, the first beat worked out really well for us. We were really confident that we liked the left-hand side, and the fleet went to the right, and fortunately the left paid off.
Yeah, good call for somebody who, especially when you're thinking about somebody who went and won the practice race, which you're not meant to do. So you can throw that superstition out of the window?
For us on the Christabella, we've had a tough season last season, so anytime we're in a good spot, we're pretty happy. So, win the practice race or not doesn't bother us at all.
Okay, well, what we've seen already, or what we're about to see, is that the competition in this series is going to be red hot. So let's go and have a look at race 2, and we'll watch John's fortunes there as well.
The gun goes. Luna Rossa very late on port tack at the committee boat end of the line, but the best start, I would say, Quantum Racing. Also Bigamist there, quite nice in the middle of the line. Emirates Team New Zealand have another shocker. Second rank, having to tack off on onto port now. They're already probably 10 or 15 meters behind the main rank of boats as they start.
Well, it's been a difficult day for Emirates Team New Zealand, Andy, and as you said, that was their problem in the first race, was a poor start, and they haven't done any better here. Luna Rossa, second row, tacking off, but they're at least in clear wind, heading out to the right-hand side, and Christabella far left, and the boats, as you said, Andy, with their bow out, Bigamist, Quantum looking quite good, Team Origin as well, looking fairly good where they are, in the middle of the pack.
Synergy there at the windward mark. Karol Jablonski brings the bow down, sets across the spreader leg. Second is Luna Rossa. Nice work from Ben Ainsley on Team Origin, just squeezing up for that ley line and get round in third place.
And then the pack gets really tight. We've got Matador, Audi, Bigamist, Artemis, Quantum. They're all in there.
Bigamist to get round on the stern of Team Origin, then Matador, then Audi all for one. Then that tack we spoke about, Peter, Artemis, that's cost them actually. They've ended up a little bit further down the fleet, just behind Audi A1, then Quantum, then Bribon, and then Emirates Team New Zealand in 10th place. And it's Bribon in 11. Oh, sorry, Christabella actually in 11.
Christabella, so that's a big turn of events. We've got the back of the pack, Christabella, Emirates Team New Zealand, Quantum. They were, well, Quantum and Christabella anyways, they were the leaders in race 1. It just shows you how tight this fleet is. Synergy around that,
so
that spreader mark now.
Set then. The breeze has obviously gone. Breeze has obviously gone a little bit further right, as we saw that just at the top mark. Boats which were low off their ley line just managed to get up.
And Synergy leading here, Andy, 60 meters.
Had to tack. kite just coming down on Artemis. Artemis's kite is dropping in the water. Don't know whether they have a in fact, Artemis now are trailing the kite in the water. That's extremely slow. Bowman desperately trying to get another spinnaker up.
So a problem on Artemis.
Yeah, for sure. Spinnakers in the water. In fact, we can see leech tape is separated from the kites. They've obviously torn it.
Well, a
Energy round in first, Matador round in second. It looks, in fact, to be, I think, Bigamist hard on their heels in third. Then Luna Rossa and Quantum absolutely overlap, neck and neck. Luna Rossa with the advantage of being a side boat. Robert Scheidt brings the Luna Rossa across the leg, just holds up Quantum a little bit. Gives them a little bit of extra separation, but that's synergy round.
And Andy, what about Artemis here?
At the offset and Bigamist at the offset.
And Andy, how about Artemis coming right back into this?
Artemis are right back in it. Yeah, they're just ahead of Team Origin and behind Luna Rossa.
That's a fantastic performance by Artemis, because they were dead and buried after they ran over their spinnaker. And they are right back up into the thick of things in 6th place. Team Origin 7th, Audi in 8th.
So Synergy coming down to the line. Crossing in a few seconds. It's going to be extremely close between Matt and Luna Rossa. Also Bigamist coming in from the right. Synergy crossing first. So Matador have got the advantage over Luna Rossa, but and I think the runway's just running out for Bigamist.
Yep,
Matador going to get second.
Well, what a tremendous result there for Synergy and Karol Jablonski, Andy.
Prada. Bigamist coming in with speed will get fourth.
Okay, great result for Synergy. Obviously not so good for you that time round. What's your sort of game plan going into race 3?
Well, we had a tough race in race 2, so our game plan was maybe be a little bit more conservative and just try and work through the fleet or work up in the middle of the fleet and see how we end up.
Okay, let's see how it all panned out.
But Synergy actually setting up quite nicely at the weather end of the line. Also Matador have a little bit of space to come down onto Synergy and build speed, but they're going to be a little bit late. Down at the pin end of the line, Bigamist building speed nicely. The gun goes. I would say that the Artemis probably have the best start in the middle of the line. Nice speed from helmsman Paul Kayard today. Emirates Team New Zealand look in the best shape they've looked in of any of the 3 starts so far this season, and indeed Quantum Racing managed to find that space, and not only that, managed to flick Team Origin off onto port early.
As they streak downwind on the first run, the first lap of the course here. Emirates Team New Zealand, they'll be very pleased with this result if they're able to hold on. The Kiwis looking very good here after 2 shockers to start the season as defending champions. You don't really want to be in 10th place out of 11 boats after 2 races, but that's exactly where the Kiwis found themselves. But looking much better now, and there's Team Origin looking very good, and we have on the line with us the coach of Team Origin, Steve Erickson. And Steve, if you're with us now, just give us your thoughts on this this 3rd race and what you're seeing so far from your guys out on Team Origin in 2nd place around that top mark.
Oh, my thoughts are great. We're actually rolling into a jibe right now. The jibe's coming out sweet as. Real nice jibe. Wind's gotten a little bit lighter. Team New Zealand stretching to the right, Matador. It's probably the three boats up front you'd expect.
Well, it does look good for Team New Zealand again after a shocking opening to the season with those first two races. Team Origin, the only boat out here that's a new boat built to the rule. The guys happy with the speed they're seeing so far?
Well, so far it's day one. I haven't really looked at the points. We had a little bit of a miscommunication mark. We got rolled by 2 or 3 boats, but I think we would have had a couple of top 4s. So we're learning. Obviously we're top 3 right now, and we'll see how this race pans out.
Is there
Emirates Team New Zealand now round the right-hand mark in the lead. A little bit down speed. The breeze is quite quiet, or a little bit quiet around the leeward gate. It's going to be essential to come in here with speed. And in fact, Team Origin doing that quite nicely and get round. I think they're going to get round in second. Team Origin for us coming around the left-hand gate in second. Matador in third on the right-hand gate. Then Audi All for One coming around on the left-hand gate, almost at the same time as Christabella. Christabella on the right. Then it's Quantum racing a little bit down speed, but coming around ahead of Luna Rossa. Then on the right-hand gate we have Synergy coming around now. Then on the left, Artemis.
Well, Andy, that's more a picture we expected to see when the day started. Emirates Team New Zealand crossing the line now to take their first win of the season.
Yeah, Emirates Team New Zealand get through there.
A nice little fist pump there by Ray Davies. You can tell how much they needed that after really a horrible start to their Audi Medcup title defense earlier today. But the guys seem to be back on track here in race 3. Team Origin looking secure for second position,
Team
Andy.
Origin just making a jibe now, just to get through the line. They're just going to be comfortably ahead in the end of Christabella. Christabella will get third.
And a fight here for fourth place, Audi A1 and Matador, Andy. That looks like it could be quite close.
It could be. If anything, Matador coming down with sailing deep, and they just have got the momentum at the moment to get down to Audi A1, but that momentum decreases all the time the deeper sail. So I think it's going to Audi A1, yes, across the line now for a third. Matador getting fourth, and it's still close behind them. Synergy making a jibe that should take them across the front of Artemis.
All right, so your leaders in this race: Emirates Team New Zealand, Team Origin, Christabella, Audi A1 in fourth place, Matador in fifth, and Synergy just squeezing in now. Andy, yeah. It looks like a sixth place for Synergy.
So third place there for Christabella in race 3, but most significantly that meant that they were lifted up onto the top of the table, and we've got their tactician with us here, John Cutler. And John, I mean, after a race like that, after a day like that, when you presumably, well, wildest dreams, I don't know, I mean, how what does it mean to you to be there up at the top of that table?
It's obviously, it makes us feel pretty pleased. It's you know, it was a good day for us. We sailed well at times and we made some mistakes as well, but you know, there's 12 of us on the boat and everybody kept working really hard and just kept plugging away. So it was nice to when we were back to keep moving forward. So, you know, we'll look forward to tomorrow.
Okay, now what's different then? What have you done in the sort of year that suddenly made this boat into a series leader?
I think it's only one race. I mean, one day. So it's a long way from the overall result. But we've got a new mast, which is a really big improvement. We've got different sails from a different manufacturer, and we made some changes to the crew. And with the new mast and then the new rule as well, I think it's really suiting the boat. and probably most important, we have actually done some practice this year, so that's really paid off for us.
Okay, well, it's been a remarkable day. What it's shown, as much as anything else, is that we're in for a hugely tight regatta. Very, very quickly, what do you think? How tight do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be incredibly tight. I think every boat going out there is going really very much the same speed, and you can just see that if someone gets a good start, gets the first shift, that they can stay in front and win the race. So I think it's what we all were expecting. It's more competitive than last year, and we're looking forward to the whole Medcup. Okay,
well, John Cutler, tactician on Christabella, the series leader at the moment, and this Audi Medcup is absolutely lining up to be something fantastic, and we're looking forward to bringing you the rest of it on Audi Medcup TV. And until tomorrow, goodbye.